team on a loose. Kick it up like Kung Fu. Untamed, yeah, cool. Running plays like who knew. Hella fast when I slide through. You would've thought we was in a zoo. Engine roar like a lion do. Yeah, devil, I'm a damn fool. Switching lanes, hanging out the roof. Tires screech when I bend the corner. All you see is a big poof. Then I'm leaving my initials. Street marks, I'm official. Taking off like a missile. You can hear the wind whistle.
Yeah, I don't think they ready. I don't really think they want it. I don't think they ready. Hey, yeah, I don't think they ready. I don't really think they want it. I don't think they ready.
Ready, set, go. 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 Ready, set, go. 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 Yeah, ready, set, go. Get into it like pronto. Get hit with a combo. Do it large, real jumbo. So dirty like gumbo. Big money in a two-seater. Hair blowing, you see her. I got her, you need her. Never would I wanna be her. And I've been grinding all of my life. Now look at my sights. Mile high, I'm fly. Ride till I die. Look how I arrive like the president inside. See the look in their eyes.
I don't think they ready. I don't really think they want it. I don't think they ready. Yeah, I don't think they ready. I don't really think they want it. I don't think they ready.
Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Let's go. Go. On your mark. Go. Yeah. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. On your mark. Go. Let's go. Go. Yeah. Ready, set, go.
Yeah, and you know I like big coupes. Two-seater with the missing roof. Run the meter to a can't boot. I'm the best, got them all mute. Break the bank, talking big loot. Business talk, making big moves. Full tank, no I can't lose. Left them in the dust confused. All I ever did was break rules. Full throttle, I don't like cruise. Guess I got a couple screws loose. Son devil, I'm a damn fool. Ain't no telling what I might do. Taking off like a missile. Street marks, I'm official.
Yeah, I don't think they ready. I don't really think they want it. I don't think they ready. Hey, yeah, I don't think they ready. I don't really think they want it. I don't think they ready.
Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Let's go. Go. On your mark. Go. Yeah. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. On your mark. Go. Let's go. Go. Yeah. Ready, set, go. 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 Yeah. Ready, set, go. 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 Yeah. Ready, set, go. Go, get ready, set, go.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ward Radio live stream. I am your host, Cardinellis. Today, I'm joined in the studio by a killer cast. We got Brittany the Shadow, as well as from Gathering Israel, we got Thomas Lundberg here, who's actually got some really, really good news for us. Unfortunately, in the wake of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there's been a flood of all kinds of emotions, many of them positive, many of them, unfortunately, very, very negative. So our society has a choice to make. And on this podcast, we talk about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, everything tangential to Mormonism. And we indeed have seen myriad responses. Some of them positive, some of them negative. We'll go over some of the negatives, sure. But one of the most positive ones I've seen was actually a conversation I had with Thomas earlier, where he decided to double his efforts and basically just jump into what really I think is one of the most beautiful aspects I saw of the end of Charlie Kirk's life. He really kind of leaned into his Christianity. It was all politics at the beginning. He was very much a young politics guy, part of the MAGA movement, so on and so forth. But he very much matured into, and it's weird saying this about a guy who barely hit his 30s, but he very much matured into being a representative not just of politics, but understanding that politics is downstream from culture, and understanding that your culture is downstream from religion, and having a wide understanding that this only works if we all understand Christ and how he behaves in our life. And he was a very vocal defender of Christ in a way that was bold without generally being cringy, and that's very much what I appreciated. So I enjoy seeing that with his passing, with his assassination, there's this new bold energy that has been infused into thousands of people to be very vocal about getting folks to come under Christ. And I can't think of anything that's doing that better than Thomas and your organization. So please, tell us what you told me on the way here. And for those that don't know what your organization is, tell us what it is. We're going to react to how it went this Sunday in mixed congregations afterwards. And then I want to talk about Gathering Israel and what you're doing, man, because I think it's amazing. So Thomas, without any further ado, start talking, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it kind of hit home a little bit for me with Charlie Kirk and everything because, well, I have a few people that work for me and...
by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Brittany pointed out a good something. Would you like to tell people what we missed, Brittany?
I said, I think you're leaving out Jonah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Oh, I'm so offended, Carden. I'm so offended.
Jonah, look who came to your rescue. Can you just acknowledge it was
This is misogyny, and he just forgot about me.
Jonah is a very vocal proponent of Gathering Israel, if not its biggest fan. So there's two things I know Jonah Barnes is waiting for very eagerly. One, the Book of Mormon video game, and two, the latest update from Gathering Israel. So here you get the latest update from Gathering Israel and our thoughts and our opinions on this Sunday at church after the passing of Charlie Kirk. So yes, Brittany, thank you very much for bailing us out. We forgot you, but only for a moment, Jonah. Back to you, Thomas.
But we don't have quite as good of a background as you, though. We like that green, mysterious background.
Dude,
It matches my book. The green. I've been green and my tie.
Oh, yes.
Me? Yeah.
Gems of Genesis.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you remember the high C drink that used to come in square boxes when we were all kids? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
There was a high C drink that came out when Ghostbusters was popular. And it was called Ecto Cooler. And it was the green color of the ectoplasm from Ghostbusters. It was inspired. Oh my gosh, here it is. I've got it on the screen. Look at this. You literally have the Ecto Cooler green behind you. There it is. Right. This is the literal box. Oh my gosh, it's on eBay now for $6.99 a box.
Is it from the 90s?
I don't know if it's from the 90s, but look, there it is right there. Ecto Cooler for $6.99, and you've got the green Ecto Cooler behind you, bro. So good job. Keep going, Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I work with a couple guys that were on the front row, and they witnessed the whole assassination. And, I can't imagine how traumatic that would be for them. But, it kind of hits home a little bit, too, because, it was in Utah. I'm from Logan. And Erica is his wife. My wife's Erica as well, spelled the same, Erika. And then he's got 2 kids. We're about to have 2. We're about the same age. So anyways, just crazy. And, as I was thinking about it, I felt like I went through all the stages of grief, and I don't want to claim that I was necessarily close to him or anything. I'm just a normal person, and I just know of him. I really liked his content, and anyways, as I pondered through, that whole scenario, I'm like, well, what can I do? I feel like I want to do something about it, and maybe it was the Spirit telling me, maybe it was just, but I'm like, you know what you can do is you can gather Israel. And there's so many things you can do to gather Israel. Obviously, we have Gathering Israel, the organization, but just generally speaking, the best thing you can do is just preach the gospel. People need Jesus. This world needs Jesus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I dig that. Have you seen somebody asked on a podcast once if Charlie Kirk were to pass, what he would want to be remembered most for? Have you guys seen that one floating around the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was his answer? Have you seen that one yet, Jonah?
No.
Yeah. Asked in a podcast, what he would want to be remembered for, what his life accomplished would be. It's so interesting. He didn't say helping get a president elected. He didn't say flying on Air Force One. He didn't say, without batting an eye, he literally just said being a witness to Christ.
No, he said, I want to be remembered for my courage and for my faith.
No kidding.
Oh, no. Yeah. He literally, and then he elaborated.
Wow.
And basically saying that his first priority of what he would want to be remembered for is actually is his pushing of Christ into the public sphere, not necessarily the pushing of like any one political ideology or any one candidate or anything along those lines. He literally said Christ first, and it was like, wow, that was gutsy. I'm gonna have to look that up, dude. So we can play that, because I just thought it's
cool.
My respect for him totally skyrocketed. So yeah, I'd say he smiles upon that endeavor. I mean, obviously he's of a different denomination than we are, and so on and so forth. And he jokingly said, when he showed up to UVU, he was like, I'm going to have some fun talking about our differences and whatnot. I'm an evangelical Christian, so we're going to have some fun talking about our differences. But I love Mormons. Over there, Tyler is Mormon. Over there, Andrew is Mormon. And every member of the church I know that worked with him said that he was very endearing and kind and positive towards members of our faith, which I just think
we're all the body of Christ. I saw a TikTok that said, all these people were like, why am I grieving so hard? Why am I sobbing? Why I barely knew this person. And someone said it's because we all belong to the body of Christ, and when one of us hurts, we all hurt. And I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. So before we go any farther, I just want to give some shout outs and then go to the super chats here. We were just watching Jacob Hansen's live stream and correct me if I'm wrong, Thomas. It took Jacob like 40 minutes to get to my live stream. And I was so freaking frustrated because I had a good joke and I wanted him to read it. And so I literally, in my mind, I just vowed I'm not going to take more than 5 minutes to get to a live stream. How long did it take?
Super chat.
Oh, sorry, to get to a super chat. How long did it take him, Thomas, to get to my super chats, bro?
I don't know. It might have been 20 minutes. I don't want to throw Jacob under the bus, though.
Yeah.
He's got some really good content, so I don't want any shade to be thrown
You said
here.
it took like not 20. It didn't take 20. What was the real number? What was the real number?
I can't remember.
Hey, we throw shade on Jacob all the time on this channel. That's totally
you're
cool.
lying. It was 40 minutes.
No
Took
way.
him 40 minutes to get to my super chat, dude. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. So anyway, before we go any farther, guys, I just want to give a shout out to some people here. Basically, don't forget, we got a really cool sponsor here, Scripture Notes. All right, it's the coolest place to read your scriptures online. And, it's Sunday. I forgot. I usually don't read sponsorship ads on Sundays. So forget that. Don't sign up for Scripture Notes. Actually,
Don't do it.
It's a horrible company. Shame on you for even considering capitalism. on the
Probably a
Lord's Day.
virus.
Yeah, you will get malware and spam if you sign up for Scripture Notes. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you, Scripture Notes, for sponsoring this show, and we'll skip the other sponsorships. Boy, if there's any proof that sometimes you live stream on autopilot, there's your proof right there.
Hey, I just had an idea. Sorry to interrupt. I just had an idea for Thomas. Here's a way that you could help gather Israel. Here's a way you could make the world better. What if, because you're a techie guy, what if you invented like a malware that was extremely infectious, that every time someone was about to type something nasty into Twitter, just a picture of Christ would pop up.
Yeah.
Like
That would be interesting.
every time, and then Christ pops up and he's like,
You should.
what if you could do that? Like, that'd be amazing. That would heal the world. I feel like.
You know what's interesting is, so my brother served his mission in Mexico, and they would do a similar thing. My mom would, maybe moms still do this, or families still do this, but when we'd send packages, we would cover them in pictures of Jesus.
Aw.
Yeah, the reasoning was because hopefully that
I don't
nobody
know
would
if
steal
that's
it.
an urban legend,
I
but
don't know.
apparently they would say that South Americans are very superstitious, and if you covered it in pictures of Jesus, they thought that it would somehow lower the chances of people stealing your mail. But I received
tearing it open.
Yeah, did you ever receive opened mail, Jonah, in Russia? Because all of my mail that had anything in it was torn open.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like par for the course. Like just because
They wouldn't even like reclose it.
yeah.
They just like fold it like back in the envelope and shove it in and mail it to me.
Yeah,
Thanks,
dude.
guys.
Yeah, it was pathetic. Like everything was just stolen, man. So although Correo Argentino, Argentine mail, it only happened to me once, mail theft. There was plenty of other times that packages actually made it to me completely intact and just fine. So I can't throw the I can't throw the entire establishment under the bus. So anyway, what I really like about what I saw today is I saw some actually very unfortunate reactions at church from liberal members, and we're not even going to go down that rabbit hole today. We'll do that on a different day because I'm trying to do my best to keep it positive. But one of the good reactions I've seen is a lot of people leaning into their spirituality. And if there is a silver lining in the assassination of Charlie Kirk, it's that a lot of people have taken their Christianity a lot more seriously in a way that hopefully amplifies his effect, because hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people saying, you know what, I need to bump up my personal life and my spirituality that extra 2%, if not just for Charlie Kirk. Millions of people doing 2% more is better than 15 Charlie Kirks. And I think that even he would make that calculus. And I think that's what's happening. So,
oh yeah, there's people all over TikTok saying, like, this older man was like, I haven't stepped foot in a church in over 40 years, but I went back today because of Charlie Kirk. Like, and it's just, that's one example, but my algorithm was flooded with people like that.
Yeah. There's a guy brought up today in church. He said, man, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on BYU or any campus that it affects, and I know that a lot of liberal members are going to get angry about this, but I felt what he said was true. He said they should be building a monument to Charlie Kirk, because the amount of people, the amount of inactive, semi-active, or on their way out young men that were re-inspired to consider their relationship with Jesus Christ at a vulnerable time in their lives because of Charlie Kirk, like, is innumerable. I think Jordan Peterson and Charlie Kirk have brought more young men back to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints through their social media than I swear the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints' own social media has.
Yeah, well, Charlie Kirk was always telling the young men, like, it's okay to be masculine. It's good to be a man. Like, rise up. You have to have a good job. Provide for a wife. Have a lot of kids. Like, he came after, like, the whole Me Too movement when men were so vilified, and kind of told men, like, you're good. Like, it's okay. You can be a man. You can be a strong man in Christ.
Yeah, word. And then when you start looking like Thomas, especially if you have superb Invisalign.
Exactly.
If you have superb Invisalign, look at those chompers. You know what I'm saying?
The teeth.
Sponsored
the
to
teeth
you.
really
He looks like those dentist follettos. How do you say pamphlets? He looks like the dental pamphlets.
Crest.
When you when you go into the dentist's office. So anyway, without any further ado, we're going to jump into some of these super chats really fast. Brittany, do you want to be the keepress of the chats and read our super chats for us, please? You forgot your phone. Oh, okay.
No,
What?
I have it.
I got
It's dead.
It's dead. Okay. All right.
I can pick up the slack where Brittany just
please
totally biffs it.
Please
Jonah,
do.
I could forget you on the next live stream. I just will keep you over there in your own little corner.
I'm sorry, Brittany. Don't interrupt where I'm reading the super chats, please. Please don't interrupt when I'm trying to read the super chats, okay? All right, Justin Jolly, super chats. It says, Jonah, I was going to buy your book until I found out where you stand with NCAA football. Go Ducks, Justin. I hope you don't. I hope you don't, okay? You Ducks fan, all right? Yeah, that's one of the things in my book is that I say that the antediluvians were probably all Ducks fans.
Hey, Charlie Kirk was a Ducks fan.
Oh, was he really?
Why desecrate his memory like that this soon, Brittany? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Richard Genk says, the question prior to Mr. Kirk being killed, the question prior to him being killed, he bore his testimony of Christ. He sealed his testimony with his blood. And then Gentile Ben says, I have a Jonah Barnes Lost Ends of Genesis signed, not Jonah Barnes, by Cardin. I also got my dad a copy for his birthday this week. Thank you. Have you been signing my books, Cardin? Have you been signing my books?
Mm-hmm.
There was a specific live stream where I said, I have books, and if you order over $100 of merch from the merch store, I'm going to throw in a free copy of Gems of Genesis. And I gave out a very specific coupon code so they could get a book. And somebody asked, could you sign it? If I remember correctly, I might be wrong. Or do you have a signed copy of Jonah Barnes? I don't remember how the joke came up, but I remember saying, like, well, just like Jonah signs a Light and Truth letter, or just like Austin signs like not the author, I said, I'll sign your book. So I literally just wrote like, hello from Ward Radio. This is not Jonah. Thank you. Or just something like that.
That's what I do with a Light and Truth letter. Austin Fife is a friend of mine here local, and he was over at my place, and somebody was like, oh, what's this Light and Truth letter? And I was like, oh, here's a copy. Here, Austin, sign it. And he's like, oh, no, I'm not going to sign a copy of my book. Like, I don't do that. And I was like, I'll sign it. And so I signed it, not Austin Fife.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So now I just have one question, Gentile Ben. Whose signature do you appreciate more, mine or Jonah's?
Wow.
Which, because, wow. He's already got the book. He's already got the writ.
I guess.
I
guess we're going here. Wow.
Pride is a sin of comparison. So, no. Just
Obviously, his answer is mine is his favorite.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You go, girl. So, anyway, let's dive right in. Thomas, Dental Commercial Thomas. Everybody has a nickname in the Ward Radio wigwam. Yours is Crest Face or Dental Brochure Thomas. We'll figure out later.
I thought it was the Elon Musk. I like that one. I don't know.
Oh, did I call? Oh, you're the Elon Musk of Mormonism, or the Hacker Bro?
I don't know.
Okay, we can go.
Nothing's
Dental
stuck
Brochure
yet,
Hacker Bro. No, Dental Brochure Hacker Bro Elon Musk.
No, so I've got a better one. No. I've got a better one. Okay, look, Google Gozer. Gozer from Ghostbusters. Yeah. Sorry, but it's true. Sorry, but it's true.
People say I look like Andrei Karolinko, actually.
Gozer?
On my mission.
That's true.
On my mission, they thought.
Wait, who's Gozer? Wait, what?
I remember the name, but I can't think of who that is.
Wait, this chick thingy, Gozer the Gozerian?
Oh, gosh.
Okay, but now look at Thomas.
Okay, look at Thomas.
Okay, and now look at Gozer.
That's like demonic.
Okay, but kind of though, right? Okay, right?
I don't know. Let's
chat,
see.
Please, come on. Help me out here, chat.
Let's see if we got, here's Gozer.
I'm not sure how I feel about this, Jonah.
If Gozer and Andrei Kirilenko had a child, it would be Thomas.
Is that how you pronounce it? Andrei
Kirilenko.
There you
Okay,
go.
wait. So how do I spell Kirilenko? It's Andrei Kirilenko.
I cannot help you there. I don't know.
I am literally. Oh my gosh, it kind of does.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness gracious, bro.
Yep.
There he is, dude.
I'm not as good at basketball
There
as
he is.
was,
Look,
but,
I'm going to pull up a picture. This is just for you, dog. But here's your boy, Andrei Kirilenko. And there's a resemblance, bro. There's a resemblance. That was pretty intense. So it's good. When I was on my mission, when I was young, people used to say I looked like Vanilla Ice when I had frosted tips.
Mm-hmm.
And then they used to say that I look like... Who's the guy that married Demi Moore?
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher. They used to say all the time I look like Ashton Kutcher. When I was on my mission, they said I looked like Ivan Drago, who's the Polish action star, because I was kind of shredded then. But then I got fat, and now I get Jack Black. So it's like, dang it. No offense, Jack, but there's, I like the Ivan Drago days a lot more than the Jack Black days. All right. So anyway, here we are with Gathering Israel. We got everybody in the chat now, and I want to make good on our promise, not bury the lead. Tell us, what is Gathering Israel for those who don't know what it is, and tell us how it's going, bro.
Yeah, so Gathering Israel, we're a group of members of the church who we want to spread the gospel to every person in this world. There are 8 billion people in this world, and we feel like we have actually a clear line of sight. Well, maybe it depends on how clear you want to say, but our mission, our goal is to get the gospel preached to every person in this world. And I got a couple updates for you this week.
Yeah,
the way that we do this, by the way, is we do this through running ads, social media, etc. And then here's the quick update. We just barely released our version 1 of I call it our engine.
Okay.
It's really our internal proprietary software, where we will vet these leads that we generate. So people that are interested, and we essentially nurture them, ask them questions, make sure they're interested, kind of get them prepared, right, to meet with missionaries, and that solves a lot of bottlenecks, a lot of issues, anyways. And we do it with AI, and so it's our AI engine. We use a lot of the principles that were adapted from my business, Sellify AI, and so yeah, it's going really great. We just released that, and we're beginning to scale now. We only send about 5%, maybe less, of the referrals that we get, actually. So we really do a thorough vetting process and nurturing process to make sure that the referrals that we send to missionaries are high quality. That's a big change as of 4 or 5 months ago, when we would send pretty much every referral. So there's a few updates, but yeah, that the kind of a big announcement was just that we finished our version 1 of our engine, which is pretty awesome.
Gathering Israel. So Thomas here is
that was the most boring pub, bro. That was that was Bob Ross.
Hold on.
You're freaking taking over the world using an engine that vets BA. You get better freaking referrals than the missionaries do. And then you figure out which ones are the top tier and the most interested. And then you send them, and you're getting baptisms all over the world. And it's amazing. It's glorious. Jonah, will you please save him from putting my audience to
Wait.
sleep?
I got to say this.
Yeah,
Carden, you've said this twice now. Next time, I told you before this, I said you need to give the intro because you keep saying that I don't do a good enough job.
With such a big smile, I thought you were gonna dazzle us all, and then you ended up going Bob Ross on me.
The real story, people, is that the world is on fire. The world is on fire. The fire is coming to destroy us all. Joseph came before the fire, people. We got to prepare for the second coming of the Creator. He's coming down, and he's taking names, and it's gonna be rough if we don't get our ducks in order. So, Gathering Israel is going to places where we normally cannot go, trying to reach people that otherwise would never have the chance to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. End of Matthew, Jesus said, take it to every nation, kindred, tongue, and people. And the sad truth is, guys, is that we don't have a great plan for doing that. Okay? Like, there's 8 billion people in the world, and we've got like less than 100,000 missionaries. And it would take forever to knock on every door if we were to do it that way. And people would be born and live and die in the time it would take us to reach them. So it's not a workable plan. And so we got to think creatively, think differently. So that's what we're doing at Gathering Israel. We're thinking, okay, let's spread all the seeds we can as far as we can, and the prepared sheep will hear the shepherd's voice. And we are in a position to do this because we live in the West, and we have technology, and we have some money, and we have some smart people who we've recruited to work on this. And so that's what we're doing. We're gathering leads and sending them to missionaries. We do it in places where missionaries are, and sometimes we do it in places where missionaries are not. Because everybody gets a chance to hear the gospel. There was never any kind of like hedging. The Lord wasn't like, take it to everywhere, every nation, kindred, tongue, and people, except if they're far away from a chapel. Like, then you don't want to do that. Like, don't invite those people yet, okay? Like, let them live and die having never had a chance to hear the truth because they live too far away from a chapel. No, that was never spoken. That's not in there. So we invite everybody, and it's working. It's working. We have people on date. We have a list of, every week we go over the list of people who are on date to get baptized. They're in the hands of the best missionary program in the world. We have people contact us who say, I never would have gotten baptized. I never would have opened the door to the missionaries had it not been for this program. We had the one lady she took all the discussions online. She took them all remote and then drove 5 hours south in the middle of South Africa to get to the nearest font so she could get baptized, and then drove all the way back because she was one of the prepared who heard the shepherd's voice. It's freaking cool. And it's Gathering Israel. You can go check it out, gatheringisrael.org. It is using the latest technologies. It's very innovative, and it's iterative. We make mistakes, we learn, we grow, and I think it's the only workable plan. It's a very difficult plan. But it's the only workable plan in existence to actually take the gospel to every single soul on earth.
Okay. See, now that is a freaking pitch, Thomas. Good thing you're good at computers, bro.
Yeah,
Good
look,
thing you're good at
I'm not
people.
good at writing books, or I'm not a good
Good thing
orator
you're handsome,
either.
Thomas. Okay.
Yes. For a ridiculously handsome guy, we're gonna get you pitching. You're gonna have to work the sideshow like in the old circus. Like, ladies and gentlemen, step right up. I got you, Jonah Barnes, booked right here. Lost Gems of Genesis. That's what you're gonna be doing. Okay. Before we go any further, and we hear some of your successes, because I see some great pictures in here, and it sounds like Jonah knows of a bunch of your successes, and I'm excited to hear more of your successes. I want to hit some of these super chats. Jonah, can you read off the super chats, my man?
Yes, I'll read the super chats. Oh, that's funny. Brittany's not reading them off. Okay, I guess I'll do it. I mean, if she's not committed, then I guess that'll have to fall to me. Then okay, I can do
You
that.
can turn off Jonah's mic anytime.
Iduna just gives us money. Iduna, you're very sweet. You don't have to do that, but thank you. You're very sweet to do that. Gentile Ben says, Brittany, the shadows is the signature that he likes the most. She signed
told
the
you.
receipt.
I told
You signed
you.
the receipt?
I do.
Oh, she just wants the money. She
The
just
packing
wants the bank.
slip. Yeah.
She just wants the bank slip. She just wants the money. She'll sign that.
No,
I'm a girl.
it's the packaging slip. She always signs a packaging slip saying thank you, and then I check to make sure that the merch she put in the box was indeed correct. We double check each other's work, and then I sign this little letter at the bottom, so you get both Brittany the Shadow and I's signature whenever you buy merch from the Ward Radio. And dude, we're out of hats now, aren't we, babe?
I think so.
Yeah, I started seeing the back in stock requests. We're gonna get some more. So anyway, next super chat, Jonah.
Actually, that is all the super chats so far. Let's get to some of the successes.
Okay, excellent. I love what I'm hearing. By the way, there was a really great comment by Richard Stafford here, member of the channel for a while. He said, we don't need any more Jonahs. We've had an Abinadi. We need more Almas, Ammons, and Captain Moronis.
Oh, I missed that one.
Which I think it's not a super chat. It was just a regular comment, but he's a member of our channel, and I thought that was a really, really good comment. It was that was actually really good. We need more Almas, Ammons, and Captain Moronis. And hey, though he's not very good at pitching, he's really good at, I almost said catching, which would just be like totally vulgar. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He's fishers of men, and you're actually crushing it with these referrals. Now, are these the ones we talked about last time that are on my screen right now, or do we have new ones?
No, these are all new. So the one that looks like he can bench press 500 pounds, can't name like 300. The guy looks jacked. He's just like in his stance, like he looks like he's about to pull like a jiu-jitsu move or something.
Okay,
I don't know.
is it this
Large
guy
in
right here?
stature.
No, not
This
that guy. That guy's
I was
cool
about to
too.
say, he doesn't look jacked. He looks kind of skinny.
This guy,
Okay.
like it looks like this.
Yeah. Wait, which one? Oh, yeah. That guy. I saw him, dude. He was telling me if I get to the right picture. Not that dude.
All the ones that you've
This
showed
guy,
were baptized in
yeah.
the last 2 weeks, by the way. Like I guess the last
Really?
like 7-8 days. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy right here. You're right. He does look yoked, man.
Yeah. Seriously.
Okay, so what's his story, bro?
All right.
What's his
So
story?
his name is.
Are you talking about Steven? Who are you talking
That's Steven. Yes.
about? Oh, yeah.
This is Steven. He's from Zambia,
Okay, cool.
which
cool,
I had to look up because I'm not very good with geography here. But
I'm not either, so don't worry.
so it's like north of South Africa.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Anyways, so he's been a referral who's been diligently updating us on his spiritual journey since being introduced to his assigned missionaries in June. Missionaries also reported that he introduced some of his friends for them to teach. Although Stephen missed his initial baptism date of July 27th due to being out of the city, he remained committed. Missionaries were also impressed with his dedication that they chose to keep him on the list of referrals with the baptismal date. And even after they'd be transferred soon, so missionaries could have a reason to reach out to him. Interesting. Yesterday, this was sent to me when it was the day after. This was like a week ago. This was last Sunday when I got this. He got baptized, so he got baptized last Saturday.
Wow. Okay. Cool. And he just responded to one of your ads for a free copy of the Book of Mormon, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great, man. Okay, anything outstanding about his story, or are we going to go back to Skinny Guy?
I don't have any
What's going
other details. Usually we can get a lot more details like later on, and we'll share those with like the impact report. So we do an impact report, and Jonah here, our spokesman, at times here will kind of update everyone.
Yeah, dude. I see you all happy and giddy on those impact reports, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, this is what Jonah was built for, baby.
It's It's crazy. People actually trust us. That trust an organization that I'm in. Look, Thomas. We bag on Thomas. Thomas is the brains behind this whole deal here.
That's why we bag on him, because we're jealous.
We're
jealous.
The gorgeous face.
And I wish I could say I was the brains behind it all, but we have a team of like a dozen people, and they get everything done. And I just get to, help out at, for what I can and direct the efforts. But by no means can I take the credit. And I always say this too, is this is the Lord's work. The reason why we'd have any success or any, stories to share with you is not because of us, but because this is His work, and we just get to witness it and share it, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, word. Okay, who's the next one, dude? I'm seeing like I could be going over. Look at all these pictures, like the amount of successes.
There's a bajillion.
There was like 6 in the last 8 days. I think we've had 6 baptisms in the last 8 days.
Wow, yeah. So just start burning through. Just to show a picture. Yeah. Which one should I put up?
Just put up another one. I'll tell you who it is. We'll find out who it is.
Okay, cool. Who are these missionaries? They look cool and happy.
So this guy was baptized yesterday, I believe. Wait,
the guy on the bottom right, the guy in the middle,
bottom right.
Dude, the guy on the bottom right, doesn't he look like the dude that's like, I, the captain, know? Like you gotta it looks like he totally looks exactly like Captain Phillips, like pirate, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. Now he's Mormon. That's great. That's awesome.
So I'll tell you what his name is really quick. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up our list here.
Okay, cool. Hit it.
It's either Lloyd or Shema.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just double check. This guy was Lloyd.
Oh, that guy's Lloyd. Okay, cool. That picture's over here. Here's Lloyd. Right.
There's Lloyd.
Okay, hit me with Lloyd's story.
Well, I don't have a story, but I know that he got baptized. Or at least he was supposed to get baptized yesterday, and we have a picture of him. So
okay, rock on.
And then the one that you just barely showed was right before that was Shema.
Yeah, this is Shema. This one's labeled as Shema now that I look at the file name. Cool.
What I can tell you is where they were baptized, or which mission. They're both in Kenya, those two.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if I can see the name tag here. Oh, there's an Elder Howard. I can see it right here. So it looks like Elder Howard is hanging out with, let me see if I can go to the right here a little bit. Elder Howard is hanging out with Elder Nuetwari. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, awesome. And then these guys just baptized Shema. Okay, awesome. In what country again?
Kenya.
Wow, sweet, excellent. Okay, God bless in Kenya. That is great. Okay, anything?
Now we can't follow them all. I mean,
yeah.
We don't get them all sent to. Not all of them respond to us. So it's really neat when they do, and we get to follow. Sometimes there's a thread of baptisms, which is my favorite thing. It's like we find one person. I don't know if you already showed this, Thomas, but like. Stephen Loveth, he gets baptized and then he moves to a new place, doesn't know where the meeting house is. Let's see, then fills out a form, requested content. So instead goes to us, finds us online and submits a form to say, I want the missionaries to come find me because I don't know where the church is. Wow. And great. So that comes into our system. We send it to the local missionaries. They come find this poor person who's moved to a new place and doesn't know where the meeting house is. And then their daughter was then baptized and then sent us their story. And then their daughter's friend outcome high, also decided to get baptized. And so I love watching the threads move that these people, their friend and then their friend and then their friend and then their daughter and their friend's daughter, and it just starts spreading through until it's like, we'll never be able to keep track of this stuff. Heaven knows how many people have found the gospel. And I think it's a tribute to you sharing the gospel with like one person. You have no idea. You have no idea the seeds that you're planting all the time. It's really cool to see it happen. Every now and then a picture comes through and you think, we don't even know this person. Oh, you didn't know? Well, 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon removed. They were baptized because of your efforts. And it's like, well, that's amazing. I didn't even know we were doing that. So anyways, There's so many stories upon stories upon stories. I don't know how we sort through it, Thomas. But
Well, here,
I threw some photos in the Discord.
Okay. Oh, you threw some more photos in the Discord.
I'll send you the other one that he was talking about in the Discord as well.
Okay, cool, sweet. Well, I'm gonna pull this. What about this one that's just on your screen right now? Or what about this young woman? She looks super excited to be here.
I think that's the one.
There?
That's the one that.
She's cute.
That's the one you were referring to, Jonah. That was the one. That's
Yeah.
the story that he just said.
Okay, excellent.
Did you talk about Wycliffe already?
No.
Okay, let's go to Wycliffe really fast. This is great, man. I
I
mean,
don't know if I have.
this is.
Oh
like
no, wait, Loveth.
Did I
Sorry,
put some?
Loveth was.
That's
Oh, there's
that's
Stephen
Loveth.
Loveth, and then there's Loveth. Oh wow, yeah.
There's too many.
Okay, so which one am I going
Let's
to?
see.
This one? Should I do this one right here?
So I think
Through-
I have in the Discord. It is.
Let
maybe
me
I'll just
read one
put it
off
back
while
in
you're
the
pulling that one up. Pull this one
Okay,
up,
read out.
Jonah. Did you?
Or
Did you get this
okay,
one? Or, I mean,
I'll pull
card-
that one up. Yeah, I'll pull that one up. Right here, got it.
We're making Carden work
So
overtime
this
here.
one's-
He's doing full tech in
Yeah.
the studio.
Here's the quick thing we have on this one. So through Loveth's introduction, one of her friends had the opportunity to meet with the missionaries and learn more about the restored gospel. As a result of these interactions, Loveth's friend received lessons from the missionaries and ultimately decided to get baptized. Loveth's friend hadn't submitted a form, yet she took this significant step, bringing joy to our Heavenly Father and the angels. Interesting. The outcome highlights the effect of our work, where the impact extends beyond the initial referrals to those in their circle, demonstrating profound influence that can stem from these connections. Today we have another win we can celebrate as a team.
All right, awesome. Jonah, really fast. Can you read the next super chat that just came in? We're trying to be efficient with super chats.
Super chat came in. Oh, is there nobody on super chats? That's weird. Why am I the one reading the super chats? That's funny. I usually don't. Usually there's somebody else who reads super chats, but I guess they can't right now for whatever reason.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
So mad.
Okay, so Kyle says, watching the stream from a spirit flight. Pray for me. That's why it's called Spirit Flight. Also, I gave this month's tithing money to Gathering Israel. Kyle, don't do that. People don't do that.
Do that. No.
No, bad idea. Bad idea. You give your tithing to tithing. Don't do that.
He
But
might have
instead
also
of
just been
drinking-
joking.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Just think of all the money you saved not drinking coffee and give that money to Gathering.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know how much coffee costs, but I think it's like a ridiculously huge amount. But it's like pennies, guys. You can invite somebody to hear the gospel who would never have the chance. They would never have the chance otherwise. You can invite them for the price of a Venta Frappuccino Wakadu or whatever they're called.
Pretty
know what they're
close.
called.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, so so how does it work exactly? What's the system? I see a bunch of other pictures here of like monthly donations versus ad spend. I see some like crazy there's some cool Asian dudes that just popped up into my feed, and then also there's this graph that looks like some kind of funnel of
Yeah.
where things go. So
Yeah,
explain the system to me.
Well, I
man.
mean, we can kind of explain whatever you pull up there.
Sure. Let's do this one first.
Yeah, so this is just kind of a high level of the cost of the referral per referral, and then our number of referrals. And so what you'll notice is the cost has actually gone up a little bit, and that's due to a few different things. One of them being we actually had 100, we're close to having 100 new videos created.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple of teams, Austin Falter and Falter Media, and he's helped us out a lot, connect us with influencers and making videos, and that's been
Yeah, we made a bunch of them right where you were sitting when he came down.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
did very
exactly.
Yeah. Parker Walbeck made a few. Just a lot of members that are just super willing to engage, and I just think it's really cool. But anyways, we've tested and we've A/B tested a lot of these different videos, and we've learned a lot from them. And so that's part of the reason is we're doing a lot of testing, and we're doing a lot of because we're gearing up to scale. Because now that we have our engine running, then we're gonna scale that, and then continue to scale with other platforms and everything. So, anyways, that's just to kind of show some numbers there.
And if you're not familiar with how internet marketing works, which I definitely wasn't, it's kind of the reverse marketing model. So you put out, instead of thinking, what do they want to see? And you creating what you think they want to see and putting it out and hoping people respond. Instead, you put out what you think they'd want to see and let them tell you. Mm-hmm. You let the success drive the next iteration. So you put out 100 videos and you see which 10 do the best. And if these 10 did the best over here, you say, well, something about them was the best. So you throw the 90 away and then take those 10 and make another 100 off those 10. And you're iterating all the time and thinking of more creative ways and better ways to cater to what works. Instead of just you sitting in an office with a bunch of marketers and drawing up what you think is going to be an effective campaign, you let the data tell you what an effective campaign is. And so a lot of the costs is that testing. Putting out 100 videos costs a little bit of money, but it'll help the next iteration be 100 times more effective. And so every time we enter a new market or try a new campaign, there's a little cost incurred, and we're expanding very quickly, and so the costs go up a little bit.
And I'll just make mention really quick when we're talking about cost. These costs actually do not go towards the ad spend. This is just ad spend cost, and so pretty much, 99% of our donations have been to ad spend, which is great. I'm currently the only. Well, me and one other individual are the only ones donating towards operations.
Brutal.
Significant, but we're the bottleneck there. So, if
would you need more donations, bro?
Well, I was going to say, we're looking to hire another AI expert developer. We know who we can get, but it does cost some money, and we're building the engine, right? So it's like you're not paying directly for donation.
So are you finally ready to ask for donations now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Finally.
So so on the website you can donate to the fuel. You can donate to fuel that we put in the machine, and that fuel, it goes in front of eyeballs and gets people excited about the gospel and connects them to missionaries. That's the bread and butter. That's the gasoline. But while we're driving down the road as fast as we can, Thomas and team are working on upgrading the engine. And if you'd like to donate to that in particular, you can also do that on the website, where you go to the donation page, and you can even walk them through, Thomas, so you can see what's on the website there. You can go there and say, I specifically want to donate to the development of the engine. If you'd like to do that, that's fine. We appreciate anything. We appreciate everything.
There it is. Donate now right there. Okay, awesome. And you got about 0.6 of your goal, about 70% of your goal. Wow, that's amazing.
So that right there, that is just towards the ad spend. And then in the description, which we probably can make it more optimal.
Yeah.
But you can kind of pick, if you look at the, I can't see it super well, but you can maybe just click on the more info or whatever.
Yeah, where?
Somewhere in the middle. That's probably why nobody's
more
donating.
Details?
That's good.
Yeah, here it is. 100% of your donation funds.
That could be.
They can't find it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
100% of your donation funds ads while we operate entirely with volunteers, no paid staff. People click the ads, meet with the missionaries, and learn about Jesus Christ. It's that simple. Apple Pay here. To make a one-time donation, please use this form. Donate it today and see your impact unfold through the stories in our impact reports. Awesome.
Well, it's actually further than that. It's at the very end. Oh, right. And that's right there.
Consider donating to help us scale our operations team.
See, that's why nobody's donating, because nobody knows how to get there.
Yeah.
It's hidden.
Yeah, exactly. We'll work
Look,
on
guys,
that.
all the money that you would have given to Jacob Hansen's super chats, don't do that. Donate it here. Donate it here to that.
That's funny. That's funny. Okay, well, dude, let's keep going.
Remember,
over
Jacob
this.
Hansen just spends all his money on roids anyways. So
yeah, dude, for real. And this isn't the only thing that I've actually seen. Like, a lot of Christian men have been coming back to church. You have been doubling your efforts with Gathering Israel. I've seen dudes saying, like, I just asked my girlfriend to marry me. Like, finally, this is so, I'm so good in a time of such darkness. I'm so happy to see this happening. So all just this same week, you're having these successes, right? What's this one? What's this one right here? Can you talk about this one?
Yeah. Let me pull that one up really quick. So, or unless, Jonah, you have it quicker than I do. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this one is Wycliffe Ochieng from Kenya.
Okay.
I don't know if we have a ton of info, but it says took a significant step on his spiritual journey got baptized on September 7th. This is definitely a win worth celebrating. Let's see here.
And how do you know?
Yeah.
Are these just messages you get back from the missionaries through the churches system, through Gathering Israel system? Like, what's the workflow here?
It's communicating with the missionaries directly. We send the referral and basically ask the missionaries, because I mean we're not the ones that are doing the teaching of these individuals, right? Like our goal is to try to get these individuals, these leads, qualified to a point where whenever we pass them off to missionaries, it's like a layup that they can teach somebody who's interested, who's been kind of prepared and qualified.
Yeah, this is awesome. So you make the lead, you send it to the missionaries, and then your employees actually follow up with the missionaries.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too? I'll just put in a plug for our team. We just had a call with them, with everyone on the call. I think everyone, I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure like everyone's like a recent convert too. Like
really,
they are, and they're all over the world: Philippines, South America, Kenya, or Africa. Like our team is awesome. And
I just put a picture in the Discord, Carden, of our team.
Okay.
If you want to, it's the most recent thing in the Discord. This is just about half the team.
Wow.
Mamelo's our operation manager. She does an incredible job.
They're awesome. They're good at what they do. Like, and one of them, is it Amy? She was like Miss Nicaragua or something, or like Miss Utah. Found out about these. They're very talented, very smart people. Yeah. And they all love the gospel. They're all talking about like, I found the gospel like this many years ago. Who is the one guy? It looked like an executive sitting at his swivel chair.
Are you talking about Noble?
Noble's awesome
or
too. But I mean, these people
Titulo?
are going to rule the world someday. They're going to rule the world. They're smart. They are bright. Like the church finds just the most wonderful people and pairs them with the gospel. And anyways, this is some of the team that we use. They're scattered all over the world, from Chile to the Philippines to Nigeria to South Africa. They're all over the world, and they all work together to kind of make it happen. And they really are the ones that this is kind of the heart of the engine, and they're fantastic people.
Okay.
It's fun to be a part of.
Yeah,
I was going to make one quick comment on that too. Is a couple of them made the comment that like, they're like, I didn't have the opportunity to serve mission. Oh, I think it was the one you were talking about. He turned 28 or whatever, and his bishop was like when he got baptized, he wanted to serve mission, but he couldn't because he was too old or whatever. And he's like, I just am so grateful that I can participate in this work because I feel like this is like my contribution to, to be a missionary that I never had the opportunity to do.
It's funny you mentioned that because as I've been talking, I got to follow you up with this because I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of influencers. And I talked with Jasmine Rapoli the other day. It was really funny. I was talking with her. And so apparently, if I'm correct, she didn't serve a mission, right? And so I literally said, I want to go back with Jacob to Buenos Aires because we both served in the same city. He was in like the grungy half where like just the downtrodden and the lessers live. I was in the lovely northern section where the true and the righteous live. Of course, there's this little river called the Riachuelo that divides the two. But bad side of the tracks. He's one of those. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, we both served in the most beautiful city, Buenos Aires. Both loved it. Had a great time there. And I thought, how awesome would it be for us to go back with just like 100 referrals in the city we know and just get like more tracting done in like 1 week together than we did in like 6 months of our mission, because now we've got this engine that Gathering Israel has created, which gave me an idea. I thought, dude, Brittany has never served a mission. She didn't serve a mission. And so I was like, dude, what if we literally got Brittany
I didn't want to, and I still don't. So.
Well, and then so I called up when I was talking with Jasmine actually about upcoming movie, the Angel Studios movie, the Truth and Treason movie. There's going to be an influencer screening that we're going to head to. It's going to be really cool, and I'm inviting her and her husband and whatnot. I was joking around. I said, like, dude, like, where'd Neil serve? We can go back to his mission or something like that, and just have like 10 Book of Mormons that still need to get delivered, and just like put Jasmine on there and just like watch from the end of the block or something. And she like has to go through the quintessential Mormon experience of like knocking on the door and then saying, "Hi, I'm here. Here's your Book of Mormon." Now, we wouldn't put the girl in a poor foreign language speaking experience. We'd have to do it in like some English speaking place, but I thought that would be
hold
rad.
on. No. That is not a legitimate missionary experience. No, it needs to be in a language that you barely understand, and it needs to be a person who doesn't want you there, who sicks their dog on you, or comes to the door with a baseball bat. That's a legitimate missionary. None of this like, oh, here's a pre-made referral for you in a language you already understand. No. That's not it at all. At all.
That's funny. Well, you're right. Well, we'll ease into it, right? But I thought, how funny would it be if we just said, like, you want to serve a real mini mission? Here's 50 referrals in Mexico City. Here's 60 referrals in Warsaw, Poland. You know what I'm saying? Here's 20 referrals in, I was about to say Saudi Arabia, but then you'd be probably taking your life into your own hands.
Right. But bro, can you imagine what that would, like, for people to see that, to see this person, this stranger out of nowhere, like when you're on a mission and you get to see that every day, it is the coolest thing in the world to see strangers come out of nowhere and change their lives forever and learn the truth of the gospel, where they come from. Like if you could capture some of that and show some of that and have your viewers feel like they're part of that, like, I feel like it'd light a fire in people, and they'd be just, that'd be such a gift to give some people, to get them excited about missionary work. So in the Discord, I don't want to bore people, but in the Discord, I put in some stats about church growth. There's a lot of sad news these days with some dark stuff and violence happening. But I want everybody to remember that there's some good things going on as well. And so in the Discord, we have stats about church growth in recent years.
Okay, got
Russell
it.
M. Nelson turned 101.
Yeah.
And to celebrate his 101st birthday, I made a little chart of the events of Russell M. Nelson's lifetime. And Cardin, I have it.
Yeah, I
in
got
the
it.
Discord.
It's right here. Yeah, it's right here.
And this shows that Russell Nelson was born in 1924. That's before Pope Benedict was born. That's before the invention of penicillin. That's before Martin Luther King Jr. was born.
Okay, I see one thing wrong with this, Jonah.
What's wrong?
Right
with
in the middle, there should be fake above moon landing. You don't have
I knew you
that.
That's true. That she might be right.
Mm-hmm.
She might be right.
Well, if Candace Owens says so, it's got to be true.
There was a
so.
photo shoot of some astronauts in a stage room.
Yeah, what are y'all going to do when we land on the moon again in 5 years?
Or,
what are you going to do then?
right. Why haven't we gone back to the moon? That's a very good question, Jonah.
Okay,
Why
and when
have
we get back
not?
there again, you're all going to be like, oh, must be fake now. It's gonna be
Moon
like a
landing
live
did
stream.
not
I don't know
happen.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Not happen.
Anyways, so he was born. That's how he has seen all these events happen. He saw us enter World War II, win World War II, the Marshall Plan, the first bypass open heart surgery, which he facilitated. He saw the fake moon landing. He saw JFK shot. JFK was shot when he was 40 years old.
Wow.
He was 40. That's twice Thomas's age.
Here's a question: does anybody know
Maybe
why
that-
he didn't serve in World War II? Because if he was born in 1924 and World War II basically broke out and America entered the war in what, 40, 41? No, it was 41. He already would have been, okay, that's 17 years old and 41 or 16-ish. So did he just barely miss World War II or what?
Yeah, sounds like.
Probably.
Well, some guys lied about their age so they could
My grandpa did, yeah.
right. Some guys lied about their age because they wanted to serve so bad. But he's the prophet. He doesn't lie, Cardin.
Oh, yes, it was benevolence. It was
Yeah,
benevolence.
take that.
yes.
Take that.
Okay, cool.
But he actually did serve in the military in the Korean War.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He did serve in the Korean War in 1952. And then also he saw Super Mario released.
Wow.
Amazing. He also saw in 1989 that nothing happened in Tiananmen Square. But when he was born in 1924, there were 6 temples on the planet. 6.
Wow.
6. And then by 1987, the Germany Frankfurt Temple was built on the other side of the Iron Curtain. That was the 28th temple. He saw it go from 6 to 28, and he's made an apostle right around like an 85. Okay, he's made an apostle. When he was made an apostle, there were 28 temples on the planet, 27 temples on the planet. Okay, then he receives his 3rd doctorate degree, which is ridiculous. The iPhone is released. Y2K literally kills everybody. He becomes president of the church in 2018. He saw the creation of Ward Radio.
Oh,
that's amazing.
dude.
Can you believe that?
And he's the one that forced us to rename from Midnight Mormons. Where's
right.
the renaming of Midnight Mormons on this graph, bro?
He actually personally renamed the channel. He takes credit for renaming the channel.
Yeah.
And then
he's the biggest, contributor for funding. So
Yeah.
that
huge
only makes
contributor.
sense.
Huge
Yeah.
contributor.
It was
yes.
an odd phone call. He said, if I'm going to stroke you another 8-figure check, you got to at least change the name after that general conference
Come
talk,
on,
bro.
come on, guys. You want that cheddar?
Yeah.
That's what he called it. He called it cheddar.
No, you don't pronounce the hard R. It's cheddar. You want that
Yeah, I'm
cheddar?
sorry. Well, I
That's a
wasn't
nice
born in
podcast
24.
you got there. You want that cheddar?
Hey.
You ain't gonna name it Midnight Mormons.
Yeah,
huh?
that's exactly how he sounds in private. In public, not so much, but in private, he does.
Yeah.
And then he saw in 2025 the 382nd temple announced. Guys, wrap your head around this.
Jeez.
6 when he was born. 382 have been now announced or under construction or in use.
So
That's crazy.
I have a scripture to go with that, Jonah, that
Yeah.
I think that we might appreciate. This is in the last section of DNC 138. So this is when Joseph F. Smith had the vision of Christ visiting the...
Yeah, what verse we talking about here? I'm pulling
so
it
this
up on
is
scripture
DNC
notes.
138, verse, 53 and
Okay, I'll hit
54.
it. Gotcha.
But he's talking about who he saw. Anyways, I'll skip some of the details here. But he saw the prophet Joseph Smith and my father, Hiram Smith, Brigham Young, John Taylor, Wilford Woodruff, and other choice spirits. Wonder who he's talking about.
Yeah.
Who were reserved to come forth in the fullness of times to take part in the laying of the foundation.
Isn't
of the great
choice spirits?
latter-day work.
Isn't that the euphemism for ugly people?
Oh my gosh.
That's sweet. Sweet spirit.
Oh, sweet
Sweet
spirits.
spirits,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Sorry. I got
And then
that
it
wrong.
says,
I got that wrong.
including the building of the temples. And at the time, I want to say this was there was 3 or 6 or very few temples, less than 10 for sure. Including the building of the temples and the performance of ordinances therein for the redemption of the dead were also in the spirit world, which is interesting.
Whoa, interesting. Okay, so what's that mean? That they saw the architecture there, or what?
Who is participating in the building of the temples and participating in this work? Let's see here. Here, one second. Oh, the performance of ordinances therein. We've done that,
Okay.
right? So it says, I observed that they were also among the noble and great ones who were chosen in the beginning to be rulers in the church of God. Even that before they were born, they with many others received their first lessons in the world of spirits and were prepared to come forth in the due time of the Lord to labor in his vineyard for the salvation of the souls of men.
All right, rock on, dude.
And just to add a little, if anybody cares, look, if you want to hear some weird apocryphal facts that'll confuse and excite you people, you need to like this stream.
Oh, that's
You need
true.
to get some likes.
That's true.
You need to get
Thank
some likes on the stream. But actually, so in researching my 3rd book, which is underway, do you know what the first vision? So Joseph sees a vision of he says is the celestial kingdom. It's kind of disputed, but he sees Alvin, right? He sees his brother Alvin, right? And that's when he's like, we can do baptisms for the dead, right?
Okay.
Unbeknownst to Joseph, around that same time, there's a woman living in Britain who sees a vision, and she's not a member of the church, but she sees a vision of the world of spirits. And in it, she sees a man preaching the gospel to the people in the spirit world, and she says that he was extending to them the blessings of baptism or something. She doesn't know what the heck this means. Later, sometime later, she runs into the missionaries. She gets baptized. She decides to emigrate to America. She gets to America, and on her way, there's a battle that goes on in Missouri. There's some Mormons who've been taken hostage. They go try to storm the fort. They hear they're torturing the Mormons. They go to storm the fort, and the guy leading the charge is an apostle. He's one of the 12 apostles, okay? He leads the charge up the hill. They know that they're coming. There's a huge gunfight, and he gets mortally wounded. He gets dragged from the battlefield. He tries to make it back up north to see his family before he dies. I don't know if he did, if he made it to her. Or I think he said to somebody, like, tell my wife, I'll see her on the other side or whatever. His name is David Patton. Okay, he's the first martyr of the Restoration. He's a relative of mine. He dies, and then this woman shows up from England. She comes to a Nauvoo, and she's talking to him, and she's been in the church for years now. And at some point, she sees an etching or a photo or a painting of David Patton. And she says, hey, that's the guy I saw in my vision. I saw that guy. And they're like, what are you talking about? She says, I saw that guy in a vision. And they say, when? Turns out it was like the same month that David Patton was killed. She sees this vision of the spirit world and this guy preaching the gospel to the world of spirits. And the first guy to preach the gospel in the world of spirits was the first apostle to die in the last dispensation, because apostles have that sacred charge to take to preach Jesus Christ in all the worlds. And so the first missionary in the spirit world from our dispensation was the first apostle who was martyred. And she said, I saw that guy in a vision. I know that guy. Isn't that cool?
That's
kind of
wow. That's
worth a like. That's worth a like, people. Come on.
That's worth a like. And it's worth tearing out the milk strippings from one more gospel doctrine book. Oh, dude, that can be some guerrilla subversive building of the kingdom that we do here at Ward Radio. We can print out little inserts that are the exact same size as the gospel doctrine books that they have in church, and you can just remove the page that has the milk strippings, and then just that little story that you just told right there, and then
insert the day of power, the healing of cholera.
Yeah, exactly.
Or put that in there. Or in Porter Rockwell taking vengeance upon the Missourians crossing the river.
Yes.
Just slip.
Jonah.
Yes.
I've got a script. That was a great story, and I want to share a story of my second great grandpa as well, if that's okay. That goes along with this. But the next scripture, I just stopped, but the next scripture says, I beheld that the faithful elders of this dispensation, when they depart from this mortal life, continue their labors in the preaching of the gospel of repentance and redemption through the sacrifice of the only begotten Son of God, among those who are in darkness and under bondage of sin in the great world of the spirits of the dead. So it's interesting that Jesus Christ, he actually did not go to the wicked. He went and he organized his forces.
Yep.
And guess who is going to that to preach the gospel to everyone? Well, that's us. That's us. Yep. We get to do it right now, and we get to do it in the next life. I can't think of a better work to participate in.
Now read Matthew 16 over again. Okay, I want everybody. Here's your homework for tonight. It's Sunday. Go read Matthew 16 again, and this time think about what the gate of hell is. Okay, and think about what the protestation of the apostles are. The Lord says the gates of hell will not prevail. He's where is he doing? He's at Caesarea Philippi, which the Romans thought was the gate of hell. They thought it was the gate of the underworld. There's a big spring that comes out of the mountain. It's in this big crack in the cliffs, and it comes out. It's rock. It's all dark. It's in a cave. They thought that was the entrance to the underworld. Okay,
is that really that's really what they thought?
Yeah, he's at Caesarea Philippi. They built shrines there, temples there. The Romans had all kinds of stuff. They thought it was the gate to the underworld. That's where Jesus is giving his sermon. He's standing in front of the gate to the underworld, the land of the dead, and he says, the gates of hell shall not prevail against the gospel. And what does Peter and these people say? They say, wait, what? No, wait. Heaven forbid, we don't want to do that. And Christ says, get thee behind me, Satan. What were they actually protesting about? They were saying, wait, we have to die and go preach in the land of the dead? Wait a minute. I don't know if I want to do that. And Christ is like, guys, this is the point. It's not to establish my kingdom on earth. That's not the point. There's 100 billion people waiting on the other side, and I need you to die. Go read Matthew 16 again with that in mind. It'll make so much more sense. So much more sense. Okay, but we have some super chats. Brittany, will you go ahead and read those? Brittany? Oh my gosh. I have to do everything around here. Molly Francis. She super chats and says something so funny and interesting. Oh my gosh, Brittany, can you believe she said that? That is, listen, look at that. Isn't that just great?
It's so
wow.
funny. It's so funny.
To be here for that. Marley Francis says, shout out to my missionaries who brought me to my baptism yesterday. One from Tonga, one from South Korea. How fun.
Wow, dude, rock on, man.
Shout out to those
So she
awesome
just got
missionaries.
baptized? Shout out to my missionaries who brought me to my baptism yesterday. So she's a fresh member.
Could be.
Wow, God bless Molly Francis. I'm gonna see if I can open up the new channel or open up. That's one thing that does suck about YouTube as a social media platform is you can't pull up a picture of the person very easily, like you can on maybe Instagram or Facebook or some of the others, right? I just see what looks like to be a picture of two people hugging on a beach or a lake or whatever. It's just really tiny.
She's a member of the church, so you know she's gorgeous.
Oh well, yeah.
Our women are just prettier.
And if she
Sorry.
wasn't before, she is now. You know what I'm saying?
Our
It's
women are
like,
just prettier. It's
she's
sad,
probably
but
got
it's
teeth
true.
like Thomas. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Just like, just dental brochure, smile. You go, Molly Francis. Rock on. So she's a fresh member of the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. Awesome, Molly. Good
Could we
job.
get some W's in the chat for recent
dude.
baptism? Get some W's in the chat,
W
guys. We're
for
talking about
Molly.
baptisms all over the place. This is a big W episode.
Yeah.
Okay?
W's
Hey, guys,
in
you
the
want
chat.
that cheddar? You want that cheddar? You got to put that W in the chat.
That's funny.
Also, we have Mike Forrest super chats, and he says, I'm with Brittany. The moon is weird. Wow.
Yeah.
Some hard-hitting
Amen.
scientific analysis
Do you
there.
really think they didn't go to the moon, babe?
125% yes. We did not go to the moon.
You don't
That's
think we went to the
impossible.
moon?
There's not 125%.
Although
That's
I do have to
impossible.
say,
This is how certain I am, Jonah.
do you want to
You
know?
can't be that certain.
This is one of my concerns.
Watch me.
I could see how maybe it took several administrations to get back because we were a little bit busy with the Cold War and all that other stuff and this and that.
The president
But-
called the moon on a landline. I'm sorry. No. Did not happen.
And there's no stars in the photo. There's no
There's
stars,
in the photo. Yeah, exactly. No, it did not happen.
But like it does give me pause why we haven't gone back. In what is it now? It was 1963.
Why has no other country? Every country wants to compete. Why have they not gone to the moon?
well,
They
so-
have gone to the moon. They have.
Supposedly
Israel,
the
a private
Russians.
company in Israel sent a
No.
probe to the moon.
Okay. Yeah. No astronauts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, astronauts. Oh, okay.
or
Have to be
cosmonauts.
astronauts.
I know you served your mission in Siberia, so cosmonauts.
Cosmonauty.
Yeah, exactly.
I was in space and I looked for God and I saw none. That was the
pretty
first
good.
quote from the first Russian in space. After he exits Yuri Gagarin, he exits the probe and he says in a press conference, I was in the cosmos and I looked for God and I saw none.
That's what he said?
Yep.
Was that just Russian
A wonder
propaganda?
that, isn't it a wonder that country lost the Cold War?
Yeah.
You know, weird. God didn't appreciate that kind of cynicism. Weird.
Just,
Also,
Well,
don't forget, I think it was Buzz said we did not go to the moon.
that's true. Buzz Aldrin made it his thing the last 10 years of his life that we never made it to the moon, bro.
What are you talking
I
about?
think,
Bro.
I think
in
you
an
guys
interview.
are full of Look,
He's
look,
in multiple
United States have
interviews
gone-
on national television saying we didn't go to the moon, bro.
Okay, so
yeah.
we went. So there's the USA, there's the Soviet Union, there's China, India, and others have sent probes. So Japan, Israel, South
Oh, no, we
Korea.
No
believe probes.
astronauts.
No, the United
They
States has
landed
sent
on
12.
the moon and
Well,
they jumped and they saw.
We have 842 pounds of lunar rock that we brought back.
I'm sure that's straight from the moon.
It looks like Home Depot foam and spray paint.
So you're
man,
okay. So
to
this
me,
is
man.
easy to Google here.
Oh
In
my
an
gosh.
edited interview with a child in 2018, a little girl asked him, "Why haven't we gone?" It's a little muddled. He says, "Because we didn't go there," and that's been edited out. He was actually asking the question himself, and then explaining, "We didn't go back there due to funding issues," and that has been misconstrued to think that Buzz Aldrin denied going to the moon.
Sounds
Buzz
like
Aldrin, who
editing because
famously-
people were freaking
famously-
out
Yeah,
until
that's
they
true.
By the way,
edited it.
famously, if you would like to see a very entertaining video, a moon landing denier actually accosted Buzz Aldrin when he was like 1,000 years old, and Buzz Aldrin decked the guy in the face right on
Shut
camera,
up.
and it
Are
was
you
delicious.
kidding me?
There are thousands of scientists, engineers, journalists that confirm these.
Yeah.
And they have
That's what happens when you brush with so much fluoride
they have-
for your smile that it starts rotting
they have
your brain.
retroflectors still there that we
Yeah.
use today
Where?
for
Where?
laser ranging
Where?
experiments.
Pixar, it didn't happen, and the pics have to have
Yeah,
stars
go get a
in it.
telescope and go look it up.
I don't
Yeah,
see
you
it.
can
The
see
original
them. You can
moon
look at
landing
them.
never happened. Never. I will die on this hill.
Die on
We
die
have
on
we
that
have
hill.
literally Elon Musk is getting ready to send people to freaking Mars. We've been to the moon.
I don't know, bro. I think the dark side of the moon. I think what happens is they made it to the dark side of the moon, and they saw something so terrifying, they realized they had
Well,
to
you
come
realize-
back and prepare, and that's why all the billionaires are just building bunkers, because they just know, like, whatever wormhole is on the dark side of the moon that goes straight to hell, that like Leviathan is about to come out, and like a dragon just like.
Man, I'm the Apocrypha guy, and I think all of you are crazy.
I know,
okay?
seriously. If that isn't a
Jeez.
testament to you, that you
Yeah,
know,
we have a super chat here from Common Sense. It says, "Yeah, we went to the moon, idiots." That's what it says.
No.
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 That's
Logan
funny.
Crandall says, "The moon landing was faked, but it was cheaper to do it on site rather than build a computer enough to do it in a studio." He's got a point. He's got a point. And
Okay,
it would have
hey,
been way
well,
cheaper
It did
to
not
actually go.
happen. I can't wait for all of us. We're all going to die. We're going to be in the afterlife, and God's going to be like, Brittany was right. And I'm going to be like, wow, all of you. Yep, you heard it.
Okay,
Do you think the
fake.
Earth
so
is flat?
chat. We got a question. We got a question for you. Yes or no? Flood the chat right now. Like
Flood
the
the
stream.
chat.
Like the stream. I want you to like the stream, but then tell me, did we go to the moon? Yes or no? Is the original moon landing fake, or is it just a bunch of fluoride toothbrushing nonsense from our boy Thomas Lundberg here? You know what I'm saying?
Wait till
Do
you
you
hear. I don't
think-
think the earth is round either.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
no.
wait.
Oh,
Should we
no.
maybe go back into the episode
just
where
lost
I
all her
actually launched
credibility.
my own probe into the stratosphere?
The firmament is an ice wall that surrounds Tartaria. No, okay, so what do we think here? Yes to the moon, yes to the moon, yes. Then no. Then yes, yes. Brittany is right. Okay, it's looking
Yeah.
like 2/3 say yes, which kind of makes sense. It's the inverse of the hosts of heaven that were deceived. So 2/3 of the people are wrong. It's not. That's
Did
funny.
not
That's
happen.
funny.
I will die on this hill.
Hey, you're hot enough. I'd follow you, babe.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool.
Not quite to flat Earth, but I'll follow you to.
I didn't say it was flat. I just don't think it's round.
That's funny. So
I don't believe anything that was in textbooks.
Okay.
So now that we've chased away any potential donors to gather,
Yeah, for real.
That's funny, man. That's funny. So yes, 2 more successes. What are 2 successes that we haven't done yet? Because we're already 18 minutes into overtime, and we gotta get out of here soon. What are 2 more successes that we can talk about here of these just dozens of pictures that I have on my screen?
so I've got one, a general success. To be happy, guys. Be excited. It is so tragic when someone young gets cut off in the prime of their life. But how marvelous that Jesus Christ conquered death for all of us. How marvelous. Isn't it great? Knowing all his apostles were about to be butchered in grisly, grisly ways, Jesus said, "Be of good cheer. I've overcome the world." So some good news. This comes from my personal, I heard this straight from President Valenzuela's mouth. President Valenzuela is the president of the presidents of the 70s, one of the presidents of the 70s, presidents of the 7 presidents of the 70, pardon me.
Okay.
And President Valenzuela, born in Mexico City, and his English was great. He was self-conscious about it, but it was great.
Okay.
He announced that several temples have already been built, and many more are going to be built with 2 fonts, because in order to accommodate the number of youth doing baptisms for the dead, we're going to need 2 fonts.
Wow.
In these temples, which is absolutely nutso. I think the Queen Creek Temple is going to have 2 fonts. Queen Creek Temple is like 4.5 minutes away from the Gilbert, Arizona Temple. It's like you could launch a paper airplane from Moroni and hit the other temple, and they're going to put 2 fonts. They're going to have 3 fonts, and like he also announced they're going to have 2 kneaders in every temple parking lot. 2 kneaders to accommodate the Relief Society and the bottomless French toast that they have at the kneaders. And then he said
Smithfield
that
as well.
also missionary applications are at a record high. The church is scrambling to open new missions in order to accommodate the influx coming. So in the next, either this conference or the next conference, you'll probably hear some opening up of new missions because the number of missionaries is rising so high. So the kids are all right. They're not Ducks fans. They're all right.
Wow, dude, this is cool, man. This is like totally way cool. All right, any of these pictures translate to anything you'd recognize that
Yes.
you could tell us about? Hit me.
Yeah, this is Neil. He's in the Philippines,
Okay.
and he was baptized. Let's see, I think he was August 3rd. So that was a few weeks ago. And then you had another one that you.
Oh gosh, I'll just go to the next one right here.
That is Everson. He's from Kenya.
Okay.
He's also baptized a few weeks ago.
We're getting a lot of these. We're also getting a lot of these Kenyans, man. This is crazy. Has there been a reason why you've had more success in Kenya? Is it just because you're scaling in Kenya and you've got a system down, or is it because they've just been more receptive? What's the reason?
Well, here's the thing. So we are seeing people get baptized from referrals that we sent months ago. There's kind of a delay, right? And so, yes, we're expanding to more and more countries, but we're just now seeing a lot of the efforts that we did, back in, April, May, right? So, that's why we're seeing a lot in Kenya, Zambia. There was, let's see, there's one in Malawi. I think I'll say this as like a announcement, or not an announcement, but like a success. I think we have like 15 people on date to be baptized, maybe more.
Really?
But
Wow.
we get to see, a lot better stat. And if you have that graph that you want to pull up, this will be our internal user interface that we can see the whole funnel. And this is something that we built. This is just a mock-up, so there's not actual numbers here.
Okay.
But yeah, you can see basically from
there's raw
beginning all the way to the
raw
end.
referrals, valid referrals, contact attempted, replied, qualified, submitted, then lesson, and then membership. Wow. So your conversion rate seems to be about half of 1%.
No, that's
correct?
That's
or
not
no?
correct. Those numbers are not. Yeah, like I said, those are going to
Oh,
be.
that's
That's
just
just a
fake
mock-up.
stuff.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
No.
What is the conversion? If you get 10,000 responses, is there any kind of consistent data thinking like, okay, that usually results in 10, 100, 1,000 people getting baptized?
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on where you slice the data. So because since we've made a lot of significant changes recently, those numbers have improved significantly. But then we're also waiting, right? Because it's like, it's hard to tell. Hey, this is our conversion rate when people are still being taught.
When do you snap and take the photo of it? Because they go into a pipeline, and the pipeline moves, and so it's always
Well, we can say that it's about 90. It's like 95 times better than it was previously.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
No, that makes sense.
we were originally sending almost every referral that we got, and then we would do a little bit of vetting, and now we do a lot of vetting, and we're qualifying them and getting them warmed up to be ready to meet with missionaries. So, I think we can probably tell you a little bit better numbers as time goes on, but one in a few hundred. and we're hoping to get that to, you know, 1 in every 50 or so, or maybe 1 in every 10 or so that we send to missionaries. So, and that's not the
That'd
same
be
number
huge.
that's not the same number as how many leads we generate. We generate thousands every week, right? Several thousand every week, and then we vet them, and we probably only send maybe a few dozen or so to missionaries. So we make sure to send make sure to prepare them and get them ready, so that they're high quality. Oh, there's one other announcement or one other thing I wanted to.
Yeah, hit me.
The other thing, there is a screenshot of this, but if you pull up our Facebook page.
Okay, gotcha. That is right here. Gotcha.
We just crossed 440,000 followers. Isn't that cool?
Wow, holy smoke, that's amazing.
That's
Jeez.
amazing. That's
I think
yeah.
it'd be incredible if we can get to 1 million before the end of the year. That'd be kind of a stretch goal, but
No, that's
Whoa.
freaking rad, dude. To be honest with you, that's absolutely amazing. So, all right, dudes, we've got another 2 minutes here before we got to leave. If you have any other questions for Jonah about Key to the Keystone, if you have any questions for Thomas about Gathering Israel, if you have any questions about Brittany about being gorgeous and talented and attractive and lovely, and guess what, guys? Guess what happened today? Guess what happened?
Did you give a talk?
Brittany did give a talk, but I have a question for you.
I did.
That was a
About
good
the
guess.
moon land. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
oh gosh,
What
for her
usually,
testimony.
what usually generates a talk? You move into the ward. What are the reasons why you usually get asked to do a talk, my man? I just put this into the Discord, and I'm going to play it for you guys.
What are you doing?
Here we are. You
No,
ready for this, babe?
stop
You
it.
ready for this? Nope.
No.
It's going down. It's going down.
no.
It's already happening.
I don't know what you're doing, and I'm scared.
Okay. No. This just happened today, guys. Go to downloads right here. Boom shakalaka. And media player plus reaction.
gosh.
Okay, wait. No, here it is. I got to take the sound off. Where's the sound? And here we go in 3, 2, 1. Oh, we got to pause it. Here we go. This just happened to Brittany today.
Has been called as the Relief Society first counselor, Brittany Ellis.
What?
Has been called as the Relief Society's second counselor.
Oh, we're
Cardinal.
officially
That's embarrassing. Why'd you film that?
well because
And then show it.
we are of,
Wow.
we're of age now, babe. You're in the Relief Society presidency.
I know. I do feel like an old adult now.
Wait. Let it finish. Let it finish. All those in favor. Okay. Put a W in the chat.
Everyone knows I don't believe in the moon
Even
landing,
ask
and
the
they all
chat?
sustained me.
Yeah, there it is, right there. There it is. Did everybody say yes?
Deanne
Yeah.
Longshore.
Okay, stop. That's embarrassing. I don't want that shown.
Yeah, that's really kind of funny. So
Also, did you guys notice in that video, I had to pull up my skirt because Cardin was sitting on it, and he almost pulled down my skirt. And that also happened on our wedding day. He stepped on my dress in the,
Oh, yeah.
in the.
it was a long dress.
Oh my gosh! Like he's always just on my skirts or on my dresses.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh, we'll go down.
Okay,
We'll
stop.
go-
We don't need to.
Well, no,
keep-
there it is. I'm just validating what you
I'm
said.
feeling
And then,
awkward.
that's funny. You're hiding. Brittany's like literally hiding. That is too funny. Have you ever seen that TikTok of the one guy who is eating with his 2 children, and then the attractive waiter walks by and he says, "Oh, stop!" And he says, "I must tell you, my daughter thinks you are lovely. You think
Oh,
you are
yeah,
lovely."
that one's funny.
And the girl's like, "No!" And she literally melts
Yeah.
underneath her chair.
That's
and
me
like
right
hides. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, any others before we jam? Any others before we jam here? No. Do we have any other super chats we haven't read yet? Please check out memes and jokes on Discord about the moon, says Logan Crandall. Are there any memes and jokes that you see in the Discord about moon landings that you
Just one, and I put it in the host Discord down
Okay,
there.
what is it? Carl Hendrik Lundberg?
No, that's a story that I was gonna say, but I mean
Oh.
I can share that really quick.
Well, what's that story, bro? What's
Well,
that story?
so when Jonah was talking about this is gonna be like such a dichotomy between the
is this the guy that found Hollow Earth?
No. This is my second great grandpa.
Okay.
And check out his mustache, by the way.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish
pretty
I wish I could grow that.
Fantastic
That is a
mustache.
stash.
I
Get
did not
some
get
W's
the
for the
genetics.
mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, W's for the mustache.
Excellent.
Yeah. So he's a pretty incredible guy. He served 2 missions in Sweden, and I might be getting all the I won't be getting all the details specifically correct. So I'll just give you the high level overview here. But when he had one spouse pass away, he got remarried, and had more kids. I think they had like dozens of kids, like so many kids, and he got sick and was just about to pass away. And right before he died, his second wife asked him, "Hey, if you end up dying, I want you to promise me that you'll come back to visit me if you're allowed to."
Aww.
And he said, "Okay, I'll promise. I promise that I'll do it if I'm allowed, because I don't know if I'll be allowed to." Anyway, several months passed by. She didn't think that was going to happen, and she was super sad. And anyways, one day he came walking up and approached her, and while she was sitting on the front porch there, and she invited him in, and they were able to talk with him and couple of their kids, actually, and they had a whole interview. They actually asked him a lot of questions. They documented this really well, and one of the questions that they asked him was, "Have you seen your first wife who had passed away, and your other kids had passed away?" And he says, "Yeah, I've seen all of them. They're all they're all well, and except I haven't seen my 2 oldest sons. They're currently serving missions right now, but I'll see them when they get back." And I just that was really interesting. When I read that scripture, that the elders will continue their work on the earth, or not, they'll continue the work even after they've passed through the veil. And it's just a really cool story. I just know that the work continues on the other side of the veil, and the work is hastening. The work is absolutely on fire, and we're doing everything we can to keep up with it. It's like we're building an airplane, and it still hasn't been built, but we're also flying it at the same time. So I just thought it was a really cool story.
382 temples, people. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
382 temples. Get excited, okay? There's lots of sad things that go on in the world. There's sad things that go on. But I served my mission in Russia, and I had a teacher in the MTC who gave a last testimony to us heading to Russia. He was Russian. And he said, "Guys, my country spent 80 years thinking that a great economic system or that a new political system or a party would save Russia." And he said, "Guys, that's never going to happen. The only thing that will save my people is the restored gospel of Jesus Christ. There's problems in our country, and there's division, and there's disagreement, and there's some horrible, horrible evil that periodically happens. Yeah. But we're not going to solve this with all these other worldly remedies. The best thing we can do for the world is to raise kids in the church, is to invite our friends to hear the gospel, and is to repent and to try to become more like Jesus Christ, every one of us. That's the best thing you can do. So share the gospel. Get excited. Largest missionary force ever. Opening more missions than we've ever had. 382 temples.
Yeah.
382. It's kind of gross.
0 moon
awesome.
landings. 0 moon landings.
Zero.
That's funny. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. If you want to support the channel, please consider buying a shirt or one of our very popular War in Heaven veteran hats. Also, if you're a person of means that wants to contribute to the channel, please consider a generous contribution through Zelle or through Venmo. Also, we have some really cool stuff that we have received from the merch store, not the merch store, the Amazon bookstore, that has been super helpful. And whenever that gets sent, we get these cool little papers here that we'll read off on screen. I'm going to be recording those over the next couple of days. Also, we've got a shout out here for everybody that has made this episode possible. Thank you very much to Angel Studios Film Truth and Treason. the story of Helmut Hubener. If you guys watched the live stream yesterday, you'd see that we sat down with Matt Whitaker, the director, and that movie's coming out on October 17th, and it's actually really awesome. I've seen the screener. It's super great. Also, big shout out to the Go and Do Travel 2025 Wave Makers Tour. If you guys want to hang out with the most attractive podcasters in the game, just make sure you go to goanddotravel.com and sign up for their Wave Makers 2025 LDS Podcaster Cruise. Quick Media is going to be there giving tips on protein packs and bench press routines. Jacob Hansen is going to be there, most likely challenging you to a debate on the spot. That's just what he does. And then also Hayden and Jackson Paul, they're going to be back from their military tour, diving into some of the esoteric. And there's Jasmine Rapoli, Dave Butler, as well as Dave Boyce going to be showing up with yours truly as we go through the Mexican Riviera. And if you guys want to save some cash, make sure you guys use the promo code WARDRadio10. And one last shout out as well to Scripture Notes, our very generous sponsor, been with us for a very long time, is the coolest way of reading your scriptures online. And it's the engine we use to show all of our scriptures that you guys end up seeing on screen. For a free 2-week trial to that, please also make sure you guys visit the links in the description. Either way, anything else before we go? Anything that I missed?
You can find us.
Thank you for your contributions, Brittany.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. No. I didn't mention Gathering Israel. I've had it on the screen this whole time. So now I got to put it up here one more time. It is Gathering Israel. We connect people with missionaries. It's totally awesome. And if you guys want to contribute to Gathering Israel, make sure you go to the very, very difficult to find thing right here, support our mission, or for donors, and then meander through this very Byzantine donate now section to know where your money goes. Press continue and then fill everything out. And then you should be good, man. It'll be totally awesome. So anyway, is that it? That's totally it, right?
Yeah, just check us out. And then I would just say, just share this, share this with everyone. Love to, hear people's ideas, thoughts, and contributions.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Excellent. So it's been real and it's been fun, and it's been real fun for this and more. Please make sure you guys check us out at wardradio.com.
I built a rocket in